Whether you're simply curious about history or drawn to the allure of the unknown, secret societies have always been a captivating subject for many. From strange symbols and hidden rituals to stories of power operating from the shadows, these organizations are wrapped in mystery, and that mystery is exactly what keeps us intrigued. But what is it that makes secret societies so chilling, yet so fascinating? Do they truly guard ancient secrets that influence major decisions in our world? Or are they simply the result of imagination run wild, fueled by conspiracy theories and speculative fiction? In this video, we'll step into the world of groups long believed to be beyond the reach of ordinary people. From the Illuminati, often accused of manipulating global politics and finance, to the Priory of Sion, rumored to protect the sacred bloodline of Jesus Christ. We'll also uncover the world of Freemasonry, an order that's both public and mysterious, with influence said to reach the highest levels of leadership, and the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, the cradle of modern Western occultism. Not to mention Skull and Bones, the Solar Temple, and the Thule Society, names tied to dark and sometimes tragic legacies. Get ready, because this journey will take you deep into secrets that have endured for centuries, where truth and myth blur into something almost impossible to separate. 1. The Illuminati. Among all the secret societies throughout history, none has captured the imagination or stirred more controversy than the Illuminati. Often portrayed in modern times as the puppet masters behind global affairs, this group has become synonymous with power, secrecy, and control. However, the true origins of the Illuminati tell a more nuanced and complex story, one deeply rooted in Enlightenment ideals and the political turbulence of 18th century Europe. The Illuminati was founded on May 1st, 1776, in Bavaria, what is now modern-day Germany, by a professor of law named Adam Weishaupt. Disillusioned by the tight grip of religious dogma and authoritarian rule, Weishaupt envisioned a society that could resist the oppressive structures of church and monarchy. Originally named the Order of the Illuminati, the group aimed to promote reason, secularism, and intellectual freedom. It was, in many ways, a reaction to the rigid societal structures of the time, an underground movement striving for enlightenment in the face of institutionalized ignorance. Weishaupt's organization was not intended to be malevolent or power-hungry, as many conspiracy theories now suggest. In fact, its founding principles were centered on education, critical thinking, and the dismantling of superstition. Members believed that by influencing individuals in positions of power with Enlightenment thinking, they could gradually reform society into one based on logic, equality, and justice. This goal, however noble, required discretion, especially in an era when challenging religious authority could result in persecution or worse. To protect their members and ideas, the Illuminati adopted secretive methods. They held covert meetings, communicated using coded language, and developed intricate rituals. Their hierarchical structure allowed for strategic influence. The more someone ascended within the group, the more they were entrusted with its deeper ideals and objectives. These tactics allowed them to infiltrate existing organizations such as Freemasonry, leveraging existing networks to advance their mission. However, their growing influence did not go unnoticed. By 1785, just 9 years after its founding, the Bavarian government banned the Illuminati, fearing that it posed a threat to the state and the church. Officially, the group was dismantled and its members were persecuted, yet the legend of the Illuminati lived on. In modern popular culture, the Illuminati has taken on a mythic quality. It's portrayed as an invisible hand guiding the fate of nations, controlling politics, finance, entertainment, and even technological advancement. From films to novels to YouTube rabbit holes, conspiracy theorists claim the Illuminati seeks global domination. While there's no credible evidence to support these claims, the allure persists, fueled by secrecy, symbolism, and the age-old human fascination with hidden power. The true legacy of the Illuminati may not lie in world domination, but rather in its ambitious attempt to challenge the status quo of its time. Whether real or imagined, its story continues to inspire both fear and fascination, reminding us of the fine line between idealism and paranoia. 2. The Priory of Sion. The Priory of Sion is a name that resonates deeply within the realm of modern conspiracy lore. Most people first encountered it through Dan Brown's bestseller, The Da Vinci Code, where it was depicted as an ancient secret society guarding the bloodline of Jesus Christ. But beyond the thrilling fictional accounts lies a tangled history full of contradictions, forgeries, and enduring mystery. What's most fascinating about the Priory of Sion is not necessarily whether it exists in the way people believe, but how it became a cultural phenomenon despite being largely exposed as a hoax. The story of the Priory of Sion begins in 1956, when a Frenchman named Pierre Plantard officially registered an organization by that name in the small town of Annemasse, France. On paper, it was simply a social and charitable group, but Plantard had grander ambitions. He later claimed that this organization was merely the latest incarnation of an ancient brotherhood with roots stretching back to the First Crusade. According to him, the Priory of Sion was formed in 1099 to protect a sacred bloodline, that of Jesus Christ and Mary Magdalene. This audacious claim was supported by a series of mysterious documents known as the Dossier Secrets, which were allegedly discovered in the Bibliothèque Nationale in Paris. These documents contained genealogies, historical notes, and coded messages implying that a line of Merovingian kings, descendants of Jesus himself, had been carefully safeguarded over centuries by the Priory. Notably, they also listed a line of grandmasters including Leonardo da Vinci, Isaac Newton, and Victor Hugo, giving the society a veneer of ancient prestige. However, the entire narrative began to unravel under closer scrutiny. Investigative journalists and historians uncovered that the Dossier Secrets had been planted in the library by Plantard and his associates. The supposed ancient pedigree of the Priory was an elaborate fabrication, blending obscure historical facts with outright inventions. Pierre Plantard himself later admitted under oath in 1993 that the entire story was fictitious. Despite this, the myth of the Priory of Sion has proven remarkably resilient. That's because the story touches on something deeply compelling: the idea that beneath the official history lies a hidden truth, protected by a few and concealed from the masses. Whether one believes in the bloodline theory or not, the concept of a secret society tasked with guarding esoteric knowledge resonates with spiritual seekers, skeptics of institutional religion, and lovers of historical mystery alike. Today, no credible evidence supports the Priory's ancient origins, and most scholars consider it a modern invention. Yet its legacy endures, an example of how myth and media can combine to blur the lines between fact and fiction. In the end, the Priory of Sion may not be real in the historical sense, but it continues to captivate as one of the most intriguing tales of secret societies in modern culture. 3. Freemasonry. Freemasonry stands as one of the most enduring and widespread secret societies in the world. With a history dating back several centuries, it has long captivated both members and outsiders with its mysterious rituals, symbolic architecture, and influential membership. Unlike many shadowy organizations born from myth or fabrication, Freemasonry is very real, and its influence has stretched across history, politics, philosophy, and even revolutions. Yet because of its secrecy and symbolism, it has also been the subject of countless conspiracy theories and public fascination. The origins of Freemasonry are often traced to the medieval guilds of stonemasons, skilled artisans responsible for building Europe's cathedrals, castles, and temples. These masons formed tightly knit groups to protect their trade secrets and ensure fair working conditions. Over time, these guilds evolved into more philosophical gatherings, opening their doors to men of status who were not necessarily stonemasons, but who were drawn to the society's moral and symbolic teachings. This transformation gave rise to what we now call speculative Freemasonry. The first official Grand Lodge was established in London in 1717, marking the formal birth of modern Freemasonry. From there, the movement spread rapidly across Europe and into the American colonies, attracting thinkers, political leaders, revolutionaries, and intellectuals. Famous Freemasons include George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Voltaire, Winston Churchill, and even Mozart. Their involvement in the organization contributed to the perception that Freemasonry was not just a fraternity, but a powerful network shaping world events. At its core, Freemasonry promotes a set of guiding principles: belief in a supreme being, referred to as the great architect of the universe, the importance of moral integrity, and the pursuit of personal development. Its teachings are conveyed through rituals and allegorical stories, often drawn from architecture and sacred geometry. Members pass through degrees: apprentice, fellow craft, and master mason, each offering deeper lessons on life, virtue, and the mysteries of the universe. Despite its emphasis on ethics and fraternity, Freemasonry's use of secret handshakes, symbolic clothing, and closed-door ceremonies has made it a magnet for suspicion. Critics over the centuries have accused it of being anti-religious, politically subversive, or even satanic. Freemasons, however, maintain that their society is not a religion or political force, but rather a forum for personal reflection and mutual support. Even today, Masonic lodges operate all over the world, with millions of members from diverse walks of life. Many are involved in philanthropic work, funding hospitals, scholarships, and charitable causes, yet its mystique endures. The symbolism of the square and compass, the all-seeing eye, and the rituals cloaked in secrecy all feed public curiosity. Freemasonry may not be the secret government behind world affairs that conspiracy theorists claim, but it remains a profound and influential society, one that blends tradition, morality, and mystery in a way that few organizations can match. 4. The Thule Society. The Thule Society is one of the darkest and most disturbing secret societies to emerge in the 20th century. Unlike many secret groups that promote spiritual growth or intellectual ideals, the Thule Society was steeped in dangerous ideologies, mixing occultism, racial mythology, and extreme nationalism in a volatile blend that would help lay the ideological groundwork for the rise of Nazism. Though it operated for only a short time, its influence on history was chillingly profound. Founded in Munich in 1918, in the turbulent aftermath of World War I, the Thule Society took its name from the mythical island of Thule, an ancient, legendary northern land thought to be the original homeland of the Aryan race. To its members, Thule symbolized a pure and powerful origin, a kind of spiritual Eden for the Germanic peoples. This romanticized vision of racial purity, however, would become the foundation for a destructive and hateful ideology. The society attracted a strange mixture of occultists, aristocrats, former military officers, and nationalist thinkers. At first glance, it appeared to be yet another group obsessed with esoteric rituals and metaphysical secrets. Members studied ancient runes, Nordic mythology, astrology, and even Atlantis. But beneath this mystical surface was a rigid political agenda, the belief in Aryan racial superiority and a deep hatred for Jews, communists, and anyone seen as a threat to the purity of German culture. What made the Thule Society uniquely dangerous was its combination of mystical fanaticism and political ambition. The group funded anti-communist militias and helped form the German Workers' Party, DAP, a fledgling political movement that would eventually become the National Socialist German Workers' Party, better known as the Nazi Party. One of the party's earliest members was Adolf Hitler himself. Several key figures in Hitler's inner circle, including Rudolf Hess and Dietrich Eckart, a mentor to Hitler, were either members or close associates of the Thule Society. The organization played a pivotal role in shaping Nazi ideology, particularly its blend of racial theory, nationalism, and pseudo-religious mysticism. While the Thule Society as an organization was short-lived, disbanding in the early 1920s, its ideas lived on, embedded in the Nazi regime's most extreme doctrines. Historians debate the extent to which Hitler himself subscribed to the Society's occult beliefs, but there is no question that its influence permeated the early Nazi movement. The swastika, the obsession with bloodlines, and the myth of a superior race all trace back to Thule-inspired ideas. Today, the Thule Society serves as a haunting example of how secret societies can turn dangerous when they fuse mythology with political extremism. Its legacy is not one of mystery or spiritual enlightenment, but of real-world violence, genocide, and manipulation of myth for power. 5. The Rosicrucians. Few secret societies have evoked such a lasting sense of mystery and spiritual fascination as the Rosicrucians. Emerging into public consciousness in the early 17th century through a series of anonymous manifestos, the Rosicrucian movement promised hidden knowledge, mystical enlightenment, and a vision of a world transformed through esoteric wisdom. Unlike more politically focused secret societies, the Rosicrucians were, at least in theory, philosophers and seekers dedicated to inner transformation and cosmic understanding. The origins of Rosicrucianism are shrouded in both symbolism and secrecy. The first public appearance of the movement came through 3 manifestos: the Fama Fraternitatis, 1614, the Confessio Fraternitatis, 1615, and the Chemical Wedding of Christian Rosenkreutz, 1617. These documents introduce the world to the story of Christian Rosenkreutz, a semi-legendary figure said to have journeyed through the Middle East and North Africa, absorbing mystical knowledge from various cultures. Upon returning to Europe, he allegedly founded a secret brotherhood dedicated to sharing this knowledge and helping to reform mankind. Although no concrete evidence has ever confirmed that Rosenkreutz existed as a historical figure, the ideals attributed to him left a powerful mark. The Rosicrucians blended spiritual beliefs from Hermeticism, alchemy, Kabbalah, and early Christian mysticism. They claimed to possess secret wisdom about the nature of reality, the structure of the universe, and the divine potential within every human being. This knowledge, they believed, could lead to a spiritual awakening that transcended traditional religious doctrine. At the time the manifestos were published, Europe was embroiled in religious wars, scientific revolution, and cultural upheaval. The idea of a secret brotherhood working quietly to elevate humanity resonated deeply with those disillusioned by the corruption of religious institutions and the rigidity of scholastic philosophy. Some saw the Rosicrucians as enlightened guides, while others viewed them with suspicion or even fear, especially given their association with alchemy and other arcane arts. Throughout the centuries, various groups have claimed to be the true heirs of the Rosicrucian tradition. Some operated quietly, while others published philosophical texts or formed esoteric orders. One of the most well-known modern Rosicrucian organizations is the ancient mystical order Rosicrucis, AMORC. Founded in the early 20th century, AMORC teaches spiritual practices, meditation, and metaphysical principles in line with the ancient Rosicrucian vision, though it emphasizes personal development and ethical living over secrecy. Despite ongoing debate over their origins, the Rosicrucians remain a potent symbol of the idea that truth lies beneath the surface of the visible world. Their blend of mysticism, science, and universal spirituality has inspired thinkers, artists, and seekers for generations. In a world driven by material concerns, the Rosicrucians continue to represent the enduring human hunger for hidden wisdom and inner transformation. 6. The Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. The Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, often simply called the Golden Dawn, is one of the most influential and mysterious secret societies in modern Western esotericism. Founded in London in 1887, the Golden Dawn fused ancient wisdom with structured magical practice, offering its members a transformative path of spiritual enlightenment. While it lasted less than 2 decades in its original form, its legacy has profoundly shaped contemporary occultism, ceremonial magic, and New Age spirituality. The society was established by 3 English Freemasons, Dr. William Robert Woodman, William Wynne Westcott, and Samuel Liddell MacGregor Mathers. These men were already immersed in mystical traditions, but they sought to create a formal system that brought together various strands of Western esoteric thought. Drawing on the Kabbalah, astrology, alchemy, tarot, Egyptian mythology, and Christian mysticism, they developed a structured curriculum designed to lead initiates through a series of spiritual initiations and personal transformation. Membership in the Golden Dawn was secret and selective, though it included many individuals who would later become prominent figures in literature and occultism. Among them was the infamous Aleister Crowley, whose controversial presence eventually contributed to the group's internal collapse. Also notable were poets like W.B. Yeats and Dion Fortune, whose writings helped popularize mystical themes in the broader culture. The Golden Dawn was more than just a mystical study group. It was a highly ritualized society. Members progressed through levels or grades, each associated with particular knowledge, spiritual challenges, and ceremonial initiations. The rituals were designed not only to convey esoteric teachings, but to induce actual psychological and spiritual change in the practitioner. Through meditation, visualization, magical symbolism, and invocation of divine forces, members sought to align themselves with higher realms of consciousness. A core principle of the Golden Dawn was that spiritual knowledge should not be passively received, but actively experienced. Initiates were expected to confront the hidden aspects of their psyche, work through personal transformation, and eventually achieve spiritual mastery. This approach has had a lasting influence on modern magical traditions, such as Wicca, Thelema, founded by Crowley, and various Hermetic and neo-pagan paths. Despite its ambitious vision, the Golden Dawn fractured in the early 1900s due to leadership disputes and ideological conflicts. Yet its teaching survived in the many offshoots and successor organizations that sprang up in the decades to follow. Books like The Golden Dawn by Israel Regardie helped preserve and disseminate its rituals and philosophies to future generations. Today, the Golden Dawn is seen not just as a historical curiosity, but as a cornerstone in the development of Western esotericism. Its synthesis of mysticism, psychology, and spiritual discipline continues to inspire those on a path of inner discovery. In a world hungry for meaning, the Golden Dawn remains a beacon for those drawn to the hidden forces that shape reality. 7. The Solar Temple. The Order of the Solar Temple is perhaps one of the most tragic and disturbing examples of a modern secret society gone terribly wrong. Initially cloaked in mysticism and noble intentions, the organization ultimately descended into an apocalyptic cult, responsible for a shocking series of mass suicides and murders in the 1990s. While many secret societies focus on enlightenment, symbolism, or personal transformation, the Solar Temple revealed how charisma, secrecy, and distorted spiritual beliefs can become a deadly combination. The group was founded in 1984 by Joseph Di Mambro, a charismatic occultist, and Luc Jouret, a homeopathic doctor with a flair for spiritual leadership. Their vision for the Solar Temple was a blend of Christian mysticism, New Age philosophy, Templar symbolism, and doomsday prophecy. Drawing inspiration from the medieval Knights Templar, they claimed to be spiritual heirs of this ancient order, tasked with preserving sacred knowledge and preparing the world for a dramatic shift in consciousness. On the surface, the Solar Temple presented itself as a spiritual organization aimed at promoting enlightenment, harmony, and inner peace. Members were often well-educated professionals, doctors, engineers, and business people who believed they were part of a higher spiritual calling. The society conducted elaborate ceremonies that included esoteric rituals, robes, candles, and Templar-like symbols. These rites gave the impression of timeless wisdom, structure, and divine purpose. But behind the grandeur lay a much darker agenda. Di Mambro saw himself as a messianic figure and began convincing followers that they were chosen for a cosmic mission. He manipulated members psychologically and financially, requiring large donations and strict loyalty. The group became increasingly isolated from outside scrutiny and began to embrace a fatalistic worldview centered around an apocalyptic transit to a higher plane of existence. That transit came in horrifying fashion. Between 1994 and 1997, more than 70 members of the Solar Temple died in mass murder-suicides across Switzerland, France, and Canada. Many of the deaths were ritualized, staged to look like ceremonial transitions. Some victims were drugged, others were shot, and several buildings were set on fire, creating haunting scenes of devastation. Di Mambro and Jouret died in the first wave, along with many of their inner circle, believing they would be reborn on a planet orbiting the star Sirius. Investigations revealed a chilling degree of control and manipulation. Di Mambro had fabricated prophecies, staged fake miracles, and enforced blind obedience. What began as a spiritual quest had morphed into a cult driven by delusion and power. The Order of the Solar Temple no longer exists, but its legacy remains as a cautionary tale. It shows how spiritual longing, when twisted by authoritarian control and apocalyptic belief, can lead people to unthinkable actions. Unlike other secret societies that may inspire wonder, the Solar Temple evokes sorrow, a modern tragedy born from mysticism turned madness. 8. Skull and Bones. All the secret societies rooted in modern Western institutions, few are as elite, enigmatic, and influential as Skull and Bones. Founded in 1832 at Yale University, this mysterious society has been the subject of intense speculation and fascination for nearly 2 centuries. Known for its exclusivity, secrecy, and powerful alumni, Skull and Bones has come to symbolize the intersection of academia, politics, and power behind closed doors. The society was established by William Huntington Russell and Alphonso Taft, father of future U.S. President William Howard Taft, after a dispute within a student debating society. Modeled partly on European secret orders and Freemasonry, Skull and Bones was created to form a brotherhood among select students, a group who would support one another long after graduation and potentially shape the nation's future. Every spring, only 15 seniors at Yale are tapped for membership. These students are chosen for their leadership, influence, and potential, often from among the top ranks of student government, athletics, and academic achievement. Once accepted, they become Bonesmen for life, joining a legacy that includes presidents, Supreme Court justices, CIA directors, corporate moguls, and cultural figures. The rituals and traditions of Skull and Bones remain shrouded in secrecy. Meetings are held at the Tomb, a cryptic windowless building in the center of Yale's campus. Inside, new members reportedly take oaths of loyalty, share intimate personal stories known as life histories, and participate in symbolic initiation ceremonies. Details are rarely confirmed, but rumors range from theatrical rituals to displays of morbid artifacts, such as the alleged possession of Geronimo's skull, a claim that has even sparked legal action from the Apache Nation. This aura of secrecy fuels countless conspiracy theories. Some believe Skull and Bones is a breeding ground for a shadowy global elite, part of a larger network that pulls the strings of international politics and finance. The presence of Bonesmen in key government positions, such as both George H.W. Bush and George W. Bush, has added fuel to these theories. Critics argue that such connections raise concerns about nepotism and the consolidation of power in the hands of a privileged few. Despite these suspicions, many members described Skull and Bones as a fraternity with deep traditions, focused more on personal growth and lifelong bonds than global manipulation. They emphasize values like loyalty, introspection, and mutual support. Still, the society's silence and elite status make it an enduring magnet for curiosity and unease. In many ways, Skull and Bones represents the quintessential American secret society, born in the Ivy League, fueled by power, cloaked in ritual, and forever dancing on the edge between truth and myth. Whether it's a benign brotherhood or a symbol of deeper systemic control depends on your perspective, but its mystique, influence, and legend remain firmly entrenched in the American imagination.